All right. Hey, it's your girl J Nell. Special mid-afternoon broadcast. It's like 1 o'clock. But I just had to get this off my chest. I've got a gripe. And ladies, unfortunately, it's with some of you, because it ain't all of you. But I'm always at the end of my broadcast. I say, make your own money, sign your own checks. I'm like a half feminist, like girl power all the way. That's my thing. I don't like to hate on other girls because there's just too much of that going on. It's a white male dominated society, and that's part of the way they keep us down as women and as minorities. Keep us divided. It's what it is. So trying to combat that. But this bitch just pissed me off so bad last night. And I don't refer to myself as a bitch because I believe the word is, for me, I only use it for like artistic integrity, as far as like if it's in the song or something, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I'm gonna say it. And I've used it in my writing because for comedic purposes, I think the word is hilarious. Like Dave Chappelle, it's pretty much an instant punchline. And or I do use it for people that may not have respect for, male or female. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm calling this girl a bitch because she was a bitch. And we went to a party last night, thrown by my friends, Compton Gutter Productions, and another friend of his who has his own company too. And it was an adult party. There's tattoos being given. They charge at the door. It was at this really, really big, nice house with like a whole other indoor section added on that was just for the party. It's like open space that was connected to the garage and the outside. So this was all separate door. Like I said, charging at the door, charging for drinks, tattoos. It was a party they threw to make money. All right. So everybody's doing good. There's girls there. We had girls dancing. We had some dancers, four, and the first two were like from their own club or whatever. They knew each other, and then the second two had their own thing. They were from a different club, but they knew each other because they kind of all know each other, and they had their security, separate security, and their own separate friends. Keep it in frame. Separate friends. And yeah, they knew each other, and they kind of had some beef even at the beginning of the night, before anything started, before all the people got there. And we squashed it, just some words exchanged, but it's something we were keeping an eye on, right? So everybody's going good, da 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 da. People getting there, people are drinking, but my friends who were, well, the one in particular who was throwing it, he was working the party, so obviously he wasn't drunk, and he basically runs the business. He's the guy that the family looks to basically keep it going, keep the money coming in. He's the guy. He's the guy with the thinker. Yeah. And I personally know him. He's one of my good friends. I've known him for years, and I know him to be just a guy about his business. He puts his career and his money before pussy. Yeah, there are men who can do that. I know quite a few, and he's one of them. So everything's going good. The first girl goes on to dance, right? And this bitch, who was friends with the other two girls, I think she was an off-duty stripper, because she had on sweats and like a regular top, but every time there was dancing and people were just regular dancing, she was like in the splits, percolating on the ground. She was pussy popping on a headstand, legs in the air, pussy popping in front of the boy, sitting down and everything, all like that. I mean, she was all over the place. So it was a girl who was kind of looking for attention, looking for something. So we were keeping our eye on her too. So the first girl gets up there and she's dancing, and she starts dancing. And this bitch gets on the floor, right? She starts dancing. Then my homeboy quickly, was like, hey, get back, dude, what's your problem? Handle the girl. Squashes that. So it goes on. Does those two dance, the other two dance, money's being made, everybody's having a good time. The dancing is over. Now, so now everybody's just dancing and we're having good. We're having a good time. And then out of nowhere, obviously a fight erupts, and it's my homeboy basically backtracking from this girl who is swinging on him all over. She's all over him, and then there's mace in the air, because apparently the bitch sprayed him with mace indoors. Now, Again, I know my friend, he wasn't drunk, and he's not, either way, he's not the type of guy who is going to be grabbing on a girl or anything like that. That's just not his style. Again, he's there to make money. So I know that he didn't offend her or grab her or do anything like that. Plus, this chick is going around in front of guys, pussy popping on a headstand. Okay, shirt all up, splits. She was all over the place doing stripper moves, even though she was, like I said, she was an off-duty stripper. Yeah, off-duty. But so she was looking to start shit the whole night with the other girls, everything. So now the party's just been blown up. She sprayed him with mace indoors. Okay, so everybody's rushing out, and there's like 6 other guys wiping their eyes, the people who were in the vicinity, because it got on them too. Because you spray it, you hit your target, and that shit, poof, it like whew, into a cloud. So if you're near the mace at all, you're gonna get some sensation. So now everybody's running outside. The guys that I'm talking about, the one who got sprayed, he's, you know, the huge family, about 12 boys and a bunch of girls who are all together. I know them all, we're all good. So now the girls that are with us are trying to fuck this bitch up. Rightfully so. Who, I can't stand females that do this. They either wear their clothes or do things like put their ass up in your face, and then when you go to smack that ass, they get pissed off and cuss you out. Why you got your shit in his face? Get your booty out his face. Get your pussy out his face. Stop pussy popping on the headstand if you don't want nobody to touch you. I can't stand girls that do, and they start shit. They start fights either between men because of she had security with them, with the girls who were dancing. So obviously, if the guy would have got into it, then it really would have went off. But again, this wasn't the guys who ruined this party. It was the girls. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning. How many house parties last that long? So we were good. We had done this before, and it was good. So we're running down the street. Anyway, she's running down the street with one of her friends. Everybody's basically running after her. The guys are cussing out, and the girls, they trying to get her. She hops in the car. 2 of them, they hop in the car and take off, leaving everybody else that they were with, okay, to go about their business. So now the friends that I know, people that I know, the girls, I'm friends with the boys more so than the girls, but the girls that I know, they are like, where her friend at? Which was the last girl who danced, who had nothing to do with it. Okay, so this is the other bitch thing that I didn't like. This other girl didn't have anything to do with it, the dancer. She was actually standing by me or not by me, but in my vicinity when this went down. So I know for a fact that she wasn't even around. She wasn't egging her friend on or any kind of that bullshit. And so now they're looking for her. And now they want to fuck her up. And even the guys that are around are like, dude, she didn't do anything. And they're like, so what? She was with her. She was with her. Now they're looking for her. She was outside, and all she had on was a little wraparound because she was the last girl that danced. And so she just, really didn't have her clothes on yet. She was still mingling and stuff. And so they get to her kind of over here down the street, and they snatch her clothes off. And now she takes off running, bucket naked, down the street in a neighborhood. We're in a neighborhood, a nice neighborhood. Bucket naked down the street and turns the corner. We lose her. They're coming after her. They hop in the car and take off after her. And I'm like, okay, I understand you're pissed, but A, we're in a neighborhood. You know the cops have probably already been called. Do you really want to risk going to jail over fucking up the wrong chick? The chick that didn't do anything? I mean, if you're going to go to jail, at least go over jail over the chick who did it. But no, she took off and left. So, I mean, I didn't follow on from that point. I'm not, I got in my car and I drove around the way she went. And if I would have saw her, I would have told her to get in my car, but she probably wouldn't even have done that because she knew that I was friends with the boys. She probably would have thought I was setting her up, but I didn't see her. She was hiding. Her friends were looking for her too. They ran off. It was just a really big mess. And I'm like, I really hope and pray that they didn't get to her because they were some healthy chicks. Like 3, softball chicks, softball healthy thick chicks that I'm not trying to fuck with, and they would have really messed her up. And she was small and naked. And it just, you're gonna fuck her up just because she knows the girl? I mean, really, they probably not even gonna be friends tomorrow because that chick messed up the party and left her to get her ass whooped. So really, what's the point? I mean, come on. So that's my 2 gripes. Stupid ass females who do all this outlandish things, this behavior, they putting their breasts up in people's faces and stuff like that, and then when a guy actually makes an advance, gets mad and cusses them out and tries to go off and tries to hit them, put the fingers in the face and all that bullshit, then you wonder why you get your ass whooped. Not that a man should ever hit a chick, But it's just like, man, do you know what I mean? Oh, it's just, you do deserve to get your ass whipped by a couple females, especially that chick. I'm like, let's find the girl who did it. Let's find her and whoop her ass. So I don't know. That's what happened. And then again, beating up a girl who didn't do anything. It's just jumping a girl. Jumping a girl. A skinny naked girl who didn't do anything. It's not right. It's not cool. So that's just females. Come on now, ladies, grow up. That's all I'm saying. And then when you wonder why men can't differentiate between females who act like bitches and regular women, because sometimes the lines are blurred. Sometimes ladies have bitch moments. I can say that. But we're making it rough. We're making it hard. Let's just say we're not helping the man-woman thing, acting like that. Anyway, and but the other thing though, fellas, I do have something for you. Strippers and gentlemen clubs and dancers and all that are like Vegas. Plan on giving away money. Okay? It's one of those things. If you go to a strip club, plan on tipping the girls. You go to a restaurant, you plan on tipping your waitress unless they do a bad job. If you don't like the girl, if she did a bad job, don't tip her. But don't sit there with $2 in your hand. Make this, what you want to suck your dick for $2? You can't get a dick sucking at the Bunny Ranch for $2. I mean, come on. It was, some of the guys were pissing me off because I was just like, I tip. Because that's what they're there for. That's what they're there for. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a job. Don't go to a strip club if you don't plan on tipping. Okay? That's just, it's like Vegas. Plan on giving away money. Anyway, ladies, make your own money. Sign your own checks. Don't act like a bitch. Deuces. I actually like that song.